What's up? Can y'all hear me?
Uh-huh.
Hello?
Donna, are you buffered out? Donna?
Huh.
Go out and come back in.
Kimmy, what up?
Hey, Pete.
Pedro.
That's so funny.
Hey.
Pete.
Boom, 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 boom.
You know what? Do a little dance. Woo, 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 woo.
Anthony, what's going on?
Sorry, everybody. Technical difficulties. Welcome to Echoes in the Wind. I would like to start off with a prayer with everybody. Saint Michael, the Archangel, defend us in battle. Be our protection against the wickedness and the snares of the devil. May God rebuke him. We humbly pray and do thou, O Prince of the heavenly host, by the power of God, cast into hell Satan of all the evil spirits who power through the world seeking the ruin of souls. Amen.
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 Kimmy, make sure to like, share, and follow Maggie Talking Spack. Make sure to follow us on Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, and Parapost.
Okay, these are our guests tonight, Maddie and Georgie.
What's up,
What's up?
everybody? Thank you for having us on.
We're excited.
Yes, we've been wanting to have you for a bit. So,
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
who wants to go first? If you can take us back when you guys got started doing in each other's life or
Maddie?
together, however you want to start.
I was just going to say Georgie.
Maddie?
So we
God,
met
that's
at
funny.
my place of business, and I was having a presentation with some ghost hunters. They came and they talked to us, and George showed up, and we started talking, and then that was it. That's all she wrote. And so we started hanging out, and for my 40th birthday, he took me and my group out to investigate at Mission Espada, and it was like a dream come true because I had never investigated before, always wanted to, it was I think like CAPS and all that was barely coming out, getting started and stuff. So we went out and we got evidence, and I was like, my mind was blown because I don't think I'd be as into the paranormal as I am right now if we didn't get evidence. I think I would have been discouraged. But George has that ear, and right away we went straight from there to eat, the whole group, and he showed us the evidence. He was going through it. We were marking times and everything, and he was going through it, and we actually caught stuff. So we were all so excited. And then after that, I mean, we just hung out with each other, and
Wow.
it just went from there.
Wow. So what about you, Georgie?
What's that?
What about you?
Maddie, what about me as far as what? As far as how me and Maddie?
Yeah.
Well, I can tell you this. From the very first time I met Maddie, I knew she was going to be somebody in my life. I didn't know what, but I knew she was going to be somebody in my life. Somebody important. Not necessarily girlfriend, not necessarily lover, just someone very important. You know, uh, just and we just been hanging out ever since. You know, kicking the doors in and looking for ghosts, and you know, walking the slow motion walk wherever we go to make us look all badass. And yeah, I mean, that's been what, 6 years now, Maddie? I think.
Yeah, 6 years. 6
Wow.
years.
Oh,
And it was yeah. I mean, like she said, I met her at through some friends of mine, and yeah, the rest is history.
Just clicked.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's been a great time and an awesome ride. And we're always having healthy debates.
Oh yeah,
I know
yeah.
he's heard this a million times. We're always having healthy debates. And we said, you know what? There's so much bullshit in the world. Let's talk to people about agreeing to disagree. And that it's okay. And it's okay to be upset. But in the end, to come together and say, okay, cool. Where are we going to go eat? You know? So
Right.
we said, let's do this. And that's what we've been doing. And then we, threw in some spice. We threw in some paranormal and some of the adventures we went on. So it's been fun. And we got to meet people. So we got to meet you, Donna, and we got to meet Kimmy. And, it was always fun to meet new people. And the fact that we all enjoy the same thing is just blows my mind. It blows my mind. And I say that because I never believed that there was more of us out there. It was so closed and people didn't talk about it and you were crazy and, it was real hush-hush. So meeting people that love the same shit, is always good. It's always good.
Yeah. That's true. I remember watching you guys in the cemeteries and stuff like that way back. Yeah.
Yes.
Yep, I remember those. That was a long time ago.
We're probably joking the whole time.
Yeah.
That's what we do
Yeah.
constantly. But one day we may joke, but we're very serious about investigating and stuff like that. Like there really is a want to get answers, but you can't be so serious all the time that you're, excuse my language, a tight ass.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to just, and I think that free flowing energy of joking every time Maddie says the words cat balls, I laugh because I think it's funny. She's like, cat balls, and I'm like, like a little kid,
He does, dude.
It's hilarious, but it's like you can't take yourself too serious when we do, because the fun is gone.
Yeah. Go ahead, Kimmy.
What keeps y'all going? Like every week y'all have something like different discussions. Every week it's like from movies to paranormal to, just outside of the box. So how do y'all come up with y'all's strategy of always being different and unique and fun?
Thank you. Thank you so much that you feel that way about us. We come up with it by just bullshitting. Most of the stuff that we come up with, and it's rare that we say, okay, what are we going to talk about this week? Like right at the end, it's usually a conversation that we had. And when we look at each other and we're like, that's a fucking show, dude. That's a show, I love the opinion shows. I mean, I do love the paranormal shows, but the opinion shows are so great. And I don't know if it helps me vent or I don't know what it is about it, but I do love hearing other people's opinions, and even if it gets hot and bothered, it's still cool because in the end, again, we all say, all right, cool. Well, next week, cool.
Yeah.
At the end of it, I tell her I love her. She tells me
somebody and not get heated about something, you know. So y'all always make it more fun, and so yeah.
Go ahead.
We got heated one time. We got heated one time coming back from the Myrtles plantation. I think we scared the kids. We
scared everybody in the car.
Right, we scared everybody in the car, but it was afterwards. It was like, Maddie, love you, and she tells me she loves me too. But you know, it's how do you? Sometimes it just gets heated because you feel passionate about something,
right?
But you don't let that. How do I put it? You don't let that separate you from the people that matter. You know, because I've heard people like. You know, and I don't mean, I just mean to bring this as a point of reference. Some people that like Trump, and other people are like, I'll never talk to that person again because they like them. And I'm just bringing that up as a for instance.
Right.
And I'm like, why? Why? Because their opinion is different. You know, that's closed-minded. And if there's one thing I never want to be is closed-minded. You know, so I don't know where I was going with it, but there I said it.
No, and it's true because we can, you know, disagree. Again, we disagree, but you don't have to say, "Oh, well, fuck you then." You know, because in my opinion, and that's a lot of what we say on the show. In my opinion, it doesn't matter because whatever this other person is doing is not going to affect me when I die and I have to answer to a higher power. That's not going to affect me. You want to do this, that, and the other? Go for it. Just don't fuck with me because then we... No, but you know, it's not going to affect. It's not going to affect anything that's going to end up fucking me over when I go to heaven, not letting me in them pearly gates. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, all right, do that, be you, and whatever, you know?
Yep. I agree.
Tony says, I hate it when mom and dad fight. Get the tacos ready. I'll be there tomorrow.
All right, Anthony. I thought you were already here. That's awesome.
This one is Johnny. It doesn't have to turn into a fight.
Right.
Yeah. No, I mean, Adam was there in the back seat when Maddie and I were having our discussion.
You know, I think one of the worst discussions we've ever had, me and Georgie, when we were together, was saying it's none of your business. And he wasn't telling me like was that's none of your business. We were just talking. That's what we do. We just talk about anything and everything. And that came up. And that went, hey, Sydney. And that was one of the biggest arguments. Very heated. And it lasted a while. And then we were fine.
Yeah.
Hi, Adam.
Afterwards, everything was cool. Adam. Adam, I'm apologizing now for Maddie and I scarring you the way we did.
Such a tough adult.
Right.
Well, now, isn't there a new thing that you guys are working on? You working on, Maddie?
I am doing Earth and Stone, where we go to cemeteries and we try to find stories, people with stories, and then we go and we find their plots, you know?
Yeah.
We want to tell the story because we don't want them to be forgotten because there's so many, you know, and some people die so tragically. And it's like, you know, I want to tell this story. And some people are like, we've done Joe Bell, and he was the one that was actually the killer. So we've gone there, and that was crazy because I'm a fanatic. I'm sure most people are, of true crime.
Yeah.
So to know that this is actually a serial killer, and I know it shouldn't be exciting, but it was just crazy. It wasn't even like, oh my God, I'm so in love with this experience. It was like, this is fucking crazy.
Well,
Thought I would be there, you know?
Right.
well, I can get what you're talking about on that part of it because I do cold cases. Now,
Yes.
I love to help
Okay.
the other people, but I want to catch the son of a bitches. I love to remote view and get their faces, on the cases to help catch those people.
Yes. And this is what boggles my mind. So everything does. We start Googling stuff, trying to find these stories, and I'll type in woman found in dumpster because it was something that I remembered from the 80s. Woman found in dumpster. And you get all these stories of women found in dumpsters in San
Ooh.
Antonio.
Wow.
Oh,
And it's like, what? I've never heard of them. I've never, it's out there because there's,
Right.
documentation. It's just like, wait, when the fuck did this happen?
Yeah.
And it's sad. And some of the stuff
Right.
there was one case that was so bothersome. And I read the whole thing because sometimes you can find the case record and you can read what was said in the trial.
Go ahead.
So I'm reading this in the trial, and I actually had to stop and breathe.
That's okay. Keep going.
Oh,
Tim, if you could put that thing at the bottom so nobody says anything.
I actually had to stop and breathe because everybody was like, "What's wrong with you? What happened?" And I go, "Dude, I just read some messed up stuff."
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is I was compelled to finish. Like I could have stopped and said, nah, this is too much. But I was like compelled to finish it, and we did it. And that was the case that it was me and Derek, and we went to each location where each body was found, and we even went to the Walmart that they found the shovel, where they bought the shovel, and it was just imagining and driving in the same areas. You could see like this was their territory.
Wow.
This is where they hunted. This is where they killed. This is where they left, the bodies. And it was just.
Oh, I would love to be where you are, like near you, and go around with you to these places. Imagine, because I do psychometry plus the channeling and everything.
Oh, that would be awesome.
That I would get hit with. Wow.
Yes. Wouldn't that be so cool? And be like, yeah, let's go here.
That would be crazy.
What's that?
Oh gosh.
How would you know that?
Cindy said I stopped putting myself in cases, and there was
Yeah.
a baby case that happened in San Antonio.
Yeah. I had one 4 years old, and I stopped for a whole year.
Ugh.
The babies, the little ones really get to you. I mean, I can't say that because, I can't talk about it, but the ones we've been doing right now are really getting to me, but I can't stop. I got to keep going. They're linked.
Oh, wow.
Right. And doesn't it seem like you're compelled? Like there was Jonathan Chiquilo, and George, that's the guy from the field. And it started off with me and George going to the field and, investigating when it was me and him. Before that, I had known that the body was there, and I had my own little experience with it. So me and George would go try to connect with this person. And we found out there was a lot of other people out there, right, George? There was like women and all this. It was just wild.
Dump site.
Oh.
Yeah, it really is. Yes, it really is. And so from that, right, George? And from there, it crossed over to Earth and Stone. and we actually found the resting place.
Oof.
And we thought nobody cared about this person because we could not
Yeah.
find anything other than the fact that he died a horrible death.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
through investigating, are you there?
Yeah.
Okay, through investigating and going through and finding all kinds of stuff, but I would not stop.
Yeah.
I just would not stop. And it was just a compulsion. It was just like,
Yeah.
you know, it was wild. So I can see what you're saying,
Yeah.
Ms.
When I-
Donna, about that.
Yeah. When I do the cases, it's like right now, I find myself, I can't stop because it's the families. We do it for the families. We do it for the person, you know, and I can't, you wouldn't believe what I've been working on now.
Ugh.
You couldn't imagine.
Pete says he's got one for you, but it's a cemetery.
Oh,
Ooh,
Just send
Donna.
you crazy how many people are unaccounted for.
wow.
Right.
Really?
Oh.
Wonder we could do it
my,
by
what's
remote,
that?
Maddie. And
Of
wonder
That
course,
would
my
be
computer's
cool.
acting up. Sorry about that.
it's okay.
That would be cool, Donna, if me and George went out there and
Yeah.
then that would be something.
Put me remote and yeah,
See what comes at you.
yeah. That would be cool just to try it out. Because I've worked remote before.
I would like to do that. We should
On
shoot
investigation.
for that.
Yeah, I've done it on investigation, so why not that, you know? I mean, I work nationwide. Why not?
Right.
I mean, you get
yeah.
what you get. It don't matter.
You know,
What's the matter, George?
you,
Poor Georgie.
You okay?
There,
Internet?
yeah.
What's Georgie got to
it's
say?
my computer's acting up. My computer's
It's
acting up.
okay.
Yeah.
It's okay.
I will say this. You know where we ought to try that, Maddie, is out at the memorial. Remember
Yeah.
that memorial?
Yes.
Hey, I'm down. You guys let me know.
All right. That would be cool.
Yeah, just let
That
me
would
know.
be
Like,
Echoes in the wind.
yeah,
Collaboration.
Right.
we actually could go live and do it. How's that? On Echoes in the Wind. And
Yeah.
we could do that. That would be really cool. Yeah.
Anthony, it's too scary.
Oh, yeah, right, Anthony. He's a joke.
Okay.
Yeah, that would be cool. We could do it on Echoes in the Wind live, stream with you. Oh, that would be awesome. That would be
Let's
awesome.
do it.
Let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it. Definitely. Now, really. Now you got it in my head. I want to do it. I really want to do it. Now, what is this
Yes.
memorial? Like, is that the dumping site? Or is
Go
it
for
a
it,
better?
Georgie. The memorial she's asking about.
Yeah.
Well, the memorial. It's. Oh, I don't know how many people died. It was what it was. It was they brought these people over in the back of an 18-wheeler, a trailer, and I don't know how many people died. But Maddie and I went there with a couple of other people, and the feeling was so oppressive.
Strong.
It was. I mean, I have never felt that kind of oppressiveness before in my life. It was just, yes.
Okay.
And but there's crosses with these pictures of all the people that died in the back of the
Okay.
truck. It was just, it's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking.
Yeah.
I think it was what,
So-
59
maybe that's something.
Right.
I
Yeah.
don't know what you would. Yeah. Like 50,
Yes,
50
Pete,
plus
go with
people
us.
died in the back of that 18-wheeler
Yeah.
from heat. From heat.
50 something people?
Yes, they were immigrants that the coyotes were bringing over here, and coyotes were bringing over here, and they let them die in there. They suffocated. It was too hot and too many people. They were packed like sardines in there, and there was so many children, so many young men. When we were there, I did feel. And I'm not one who's saying I have empath or anything like that. But I just got the feeling like they weren't there anymore. But the people that go and mourn them, I could feel that. I felt like I wanted to cry. I felt like my heart was broken. Like when you break up with somebody and your heart's broken, somebody dies, that's what it felt like. So I really felt like it was just the energy of people who come to visit.
Now, I was going to ask you before you said that, like they said 50 people. At first, they said people, but then all of a sudden, I got an image, and I was going to say, I saw a lot of children. Like young children.
Lots of kids. I know there was women, but there were more men and young men, very young men. There was children, and it was just a horrible thing. And yes, Pete, there was one at that Walmart over there on the south side by Palo Alto College, and the same thing happened. And what happened there was they had brought the immigrants and they parked the 18-wheeler behind the Walmart and just left them there.
Jeez.
So finally, one of them got out and was banging on the door because they weren't open yet, because Walmart's not open 24 hours anymore over here. So, they're banging on the door and they're not opening it because they think it's just some crazy homeless whatever.
Yeah.
I'm not saying homeless people are crazy. That's what they thought. And they finally opened the door and he was asking for water and telling them in Spanish that people were dead, that there was people dead in that 18-wheeler, and it was a mess. It was horrible. It was horrible.
Wow. No, that's awful. But yeah, we can all get together. Pete wants to do it. We can.
Yes, Pete, let's go. We'll tell you.
Yeah, definitely. We'll pick a day and go for it.
Yes.
I don't want to see. I like to go cold though. I like to go cold.
Okay.
I don't like to see. I mean, you can show me like the picture. I always use pictures, like even on the team, but I don't like to know any information. I just like to go.
Okay.
And this way I pick up, But that
sounds good.
Sounds great. Sounds great. But okay. Go ahead, Kimmy. I'm sorry.
Y'all have any places y'all want to go, whether it's in the United States or other countries?
Now, for a long time, we wanted to go to the Myrtles Plantation, and we finally got to go. Annette King set up, because we were talking to her about wanting to go out there, and she goes, "We can go," and we're like, "Okay, let's go." So she set it up with her Ghosts and Getaways, and oh my God, it was amazing. It was everything. It was worth the wait, because it was like, how many years in the making, Georgie? 4 years, and we would just talk about it and talk about it. So our next want is Savannah, Georgia.
Savannah, Georgia. I'll bet you there's a lot down there.
I might will beat y'all there. How about that?
Yeah, she's really close.
Kimmy, and I could hug you.
You all ain't going without me. I'm always left by myself because I'm all the way in Massachusetts. That's not fair.
Damn.
I'm gonna have to go to Kimmy.
Yes.
and then we'll have to meet you.
Group
But
hug.
that would be awesome if we all went to Georgia. I mean, a plantation.
Oh,
Ooh, that would be awesome. That would
Yeah, if
really
we do
be
that,
awesome.
I'd
Oh,
like to
you talking about the Myrtles?
too, so we'll be over there to meet
The
too.
Myrtles?
Anywhere you want to go. I don't care.
Savannah.
Yeah.
Savannah, Georgie. And Savannah's
The
Georgie
Myrtle was
was the
phenomenal.
one who implanted that in my brain. I was all like, "Ooh, you're making this place sound so amazing." And so we're like, "All
Oh,
right."
Savannah? Midnight
Yeah.
in the Garden of Good and Evil?
Yes.
Bonaventure. Oh yeah, we're going.
I'm just so tired of going remotely. I want to be on soil.
Oh.
I have never been on soil, except Lizzie Borden's right down the street. I just took Kimmy, and she took a picture. Lizzie, I said, Lizzie, look up, second floor, left window. Boom, she got the picture of her.
She's actually waving in the window. I was like,
What?
What's up, Elizabeth? What's up, Elizabeth?
I was like, I was in the area. I went to the crystal shop. So I said, Kimmy, I'm going to take you on a detour. So I just went right around the block. And there was Lizzie's 2nd Street house. She lived in the 2nd Street house. So I said, every time I go there, I see her. Now, she's always on the 2nd floor window on the left. That's her bedroom. If people don't know, that 2nd floor to the left is Lizzie's bedroom.
That's crazy.
So, and I get pictures all the time. There was one time, I know this is your show, I'm sorry.
No, I'm interested. Tell me. It's your show.
Well, you're the guest. My daughter wanted to go in so bad for a tour. She was like 16 at the time. So, Ghost Adventures had just left. They were there and they had just left. So, we went and it was like drizzly out. So my daughter's like, Mom, let's go in, see how much it is for a tour. And with me, my abilities, I was like, no, if you want, you can just peek in the door and ask how much it is for a tour. I was just trying to get her away from it, because I didn't think she would go, right? Well, she didn't. So she's like, I'm not going myself. Well, I went to cross the street. Now, Kimmy saw it. It's on like a really busy, really wide corner. And then there's 2nd Street house, right? Right across from the big brand new courthouse we have. So my daughter went across the street where the sign is. And it says, it's like one of those signs from like stores put out. And it says Lizzie Borden. But it was the new owner. No, it wasn't the new owner yet. It wasn't the new owner yet. The new owner, the energy changed where Kimmy got the picture. Yeah, the new owner had bought it and added a haunted doll. The energy is totally changed. I mean, just driving by it, I feel it. But anyway, so my daughter went to the sign and I told her, just ask how much it is. And, she wouldn't do it. I knew it. That was my way of getting, because I wasn't going in there. Lizzie's mean. So my daughter's at the sign and I'm trying to cross the street. No traffic. And I'm crossing the street. And Maddie, I'm telling you, on everything I love, it's like a big see-through wall dropped down. And I could not pass the middle of the street. I have a phone over there. I'm going to dig out this picture. I'm going to charge that phone up and send it to you guys. So I could not cross the street. So I'm like, what the heck? I said, I got to take the pictures. I would not tell my daughter because I didn't want to scare her.
Right.
And this is my youngest that sees spirits. So, but I didn't want to scare her. So, I'm like, Mom's going to take the pictures from here. I didn't want to say, something stopping me from crossing. So I started taking the pictures and of the house, each, the side, the front, and the other side. So she's like, well, Ma, come. And I said, I just can't. Let's go to the car. You know, it's drizzling. Like I'm trying to make up everything. Okay, we get home. Okay, out of sight, out of mind. We get home. I forget about it. Like 16-year-old, I'm chasing down, you know, going with her friends, stuff like that. So I forget about it. It was like 3 days later. I said, oh, the pictures. So I took out my phone and I started going through. And I was like, holy shit. Right? I'm standing in the middle of the street and I kid you not, Lizzie is right like on this side of me, like I'm facing forward. She's on my left side. You see her hair. She puts it in like a bun, but a loose bun. You know that olden day with the little
Yeah.
things hanging down. You can see the bustier, the dress, how it poofs out. She's standing right there like a you ain't going no further. And believe me, it was her. She's the reason that stopped me.
Right.
Now, you got to remember, when you have abilities, they know. Like, you're a beacon light, you know?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I'm not like, I mean, that was how many years ago? I went up in a lot of levels since then. So, but yeah,
Wow.
I'm going to have to dig out this picture. Like, you could be like, whoa. But just Kimmy, what was that? 2 weeks ago? I took Kimmy by there.
Yeah,
And I'm like, I had to get out the car and I put my phone. I said, Kimmy, second floor to the left. Look. And she saw her. She's even waving to her.
I was like, hey, Lisbeth.
Yep. It's nuts. And a lot of people say, well, I've heard not a lot. I mean, I'm native here, born and raised. So a lot of people say, oh, Lizzie's not in 2nd Street. She's in Maplecroft. No, her sister's in Maplecroft. Lizzie is in 2nd Street. And next door used to be her uncle. You know, and then this is the crazy part. Where I live, it's like Bermuda Triangle. And I'm right in the middle. Up here is the cemetery. Over here in the corner is 2nd Street. And over here is Maplecroft. And up here is the cemetery. And I'm right in the middle.
Whoa, that's cool though.
Yep. And I got a funeral parlor right there,
Ah,
a block over. Yeah, that's why I get so many visitors walking through.
I didn't know there's a funeral parlor, but oh wow.
Yep. Yep.
I wanna
Uh-huh.
I wanna say that Sydney, yeah, my computer's lagging real bad, and I don't know why. I mean, I don't know what's going on.
Take
but
it, Georgie. Take it.
I told Maddie I was gonna take it out to my land and shoot it.
he did.
And
He was gonna tell me cool, and I was gonna throw it, and he was gonna go.
and it's getting this computer. It's getting on my last nerve.
I only did it on the iPad, and it's brand new.
No,
So-
I threw a phone out the window one time because it was upsetting me. So it wouldn't surprise me to shoot a computer.
Yeah, I know the feeling. I know the feeling. And mine's brand new. So,
Nice.
Kimmy, you have anything else? So we can. We haven't dug.
Coming up.
I'm sorry. I don't know if they heard you.
What was that, Mom?
Where that y'all want to go coming up? Like, if there, what's your bucket list for
Oh,
going in Dayton?
can I?
Georgie?
I really. What is the name of the prison? The Brushy Mountain State Penitentiary.
Oh,
That
yeah,
place is calling me. It is calling me.
that place. So
I don't know why, but for some reason that I need to go there. I don't know why, but I need, not want, but need to go to Brushy Mountain State Penitentiary. Don't know
Wow.
why. So that's one of the places. And of course, there's always other places, but that's the one
Yeah.
right now.
We got the Conjuring House right here too, the real one. And we got Salem. I mean, they're not far from me.
Wow.
I
That
got
would be
Salem
nice.
like what, 30, 40 minutes, 35 minutes? Then the Conjuring House is that way, Rhode Island. Maybe an hour or less.
Wow.
So I got a lot around me. I just need people to come and investigate with me. I mean, I don't use no tools though. I use me. But I want to ask you, I'm not opening myself up on live. I don't do that. Not on this live. But well, not on any live, I should say. But why do I feel you, Georgie, and I think you too, Maddie, you're not off the
Uh-oh.
there,
Oh,
has abilities.
Georgie, definitely.
Well,
Yeah.
you're not off the hook, girlfriend. I know Georgie, I can feel it, but you too. Go ahead, Georgie.
I don't necessarily openly admit or say that I do, because I don't know enough about them. I don't know enough. Like, as far as being empathic, I can feel that. I can. That's easy enough, if you will.
Yeah.
I got a friend of mine that was in New York. I was here in San Antonio, Texas, and I felt somebody rub my leg, and I said, "Did you just rub your leg?" And she's like, "Yeah." I said, "I know, I felt it."
Yeah, she astro projected.
Yeah, so I felt that. But as far as I've had things happen to me, I've seen things, I've dealt with things, but I don't know enough to know enough. And that's just pretty much right there with that. Because and I don't know if I want to open that can of worms,
Well, I mean, sometimes it's gonna happen. If it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen.
It's already happened. It's happened twice, and I lost the friendship
Okay.
because of it.
See? I mean, you already said your house is the way it is, right?
Yeah.
And you got the love for what you do,
Oh, yeah, I do.
and you pick up what you pick up.
Yeah.
So, whether you like it or not,
Good night.
it's gradually gonna happen.
Yeah.
I mean, I said no, and sorry.
Well, I mean, I had a situation, very interesting situation, where I read somebody and everything I said was true, and I didn't want to. Like, I wasn't trying. I felt like I was going crazy. It was weird. I mean, like, but everything I told this person, I said, "Does that make sense?" They're like, "Yes, exactly." I said, "I don't know who this person is, and excuse my language." I said, "They're telling you to cut your shit out." And I ended it with that, and then, but everything. And I was like, when I was done, I was like, I never want that to happen again.
Well, I'm not one to read somebody's abilities, but I think you're more than empathic. Sorry.
Yeah, I do too.
I mean, I'll tell you what. My son has been ignoring his abilities. I've had mine since I was 5. Okay. My kids know, my daughter was on the show. What is it like growing up with the psychic medium mom? I don't know if you saw that show.
Okay.
And all my kids are gifted, even my grandchildren. Especially the 5-year-old that just had open heart surgery. He astro projects to me all the time or calls me. So, but anyway, my son is the biggest one, away from it. And his crown chakra just blew wide open about 4 months ago, maybe 5 months, 4 months ago. I mean, blew wide open without even wanting his abilities. It blew. It's what your guides think you can handle. When you're ready, it happens.
Yeah. I hope they don't think I can handle much.
Well, my son's words were just what you just said. Ma, I feel like I'm going crazy, you know, and all this stuff. And then he says to me, you talk about those cases you do, this and that. He says, Ma, I really thought sometimes some of the things you said, and he's scratching his head. He's like, I thought you were nuts sometimes. But now I know you're telling the truth.
Yeah. Well,
So, yeah.
when it comes to that point,
I mean, not everybody blows open like my son. Don't get me wrong.
right.
I've been going really slow. Right now, my son, I think, is more powerful than me. Well, I know he is. But I've been going really slow. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, just in October, I've upgraded I don't know how many times. It was like September and October.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is with September, October, but
Well, I can tell you this, Maddie is
I know she is. Yeah.
a very,
Why
very
do you
much,
say that?
Spit it
Jordan?
out, Maddie. Spit it out.
I don't know. I'm looking for it, and I think that's what my problem is.
It's not you look, it's you feel. You feel.
I am with these cemeteries that we're going to. I'm starting to, and I don't know if it's me being with Derek and he's throwing something out, and when I'm with Georgie, he's throwing something and I'm catching. I don't know what it is, but
Well, they say when you're around a lot of people with abilities and you have abilities, that helps a little bit too.
maybe that's what it is, because I find myself, there was this one guy recently, and this tombstone was just, and I start thinking, well, it looks different. It's a different tombstone. Maybe I'm just attracted to it because it's different. It's standing out because it's different from the other ones around it. Maybe. And I found myself talking to him. I was like, okay, dude, okay. I make these reels and I put the pictures out. And I don't know anything about anybody there because, there's a million people in that
So
cemetery.
you got pulled to that tombstone. It was like a
Yes.
pull.
And I told him, I'm going to take your picture. I'll put you out there, don't worry. And so then, right as soon as I get home, I get on the computer, on the laptop, and I'm like, put this guy's name in there and the day he died. Well, would you believe? And I had told Derek, I go, you know what, dude? Maybe he died. Maybe his is a true crime case and he's trying to tell us or something. Well, when we drove away, I smelled cologne. And I told Derek, hey, dude, you smell that? It smells like an old cologne, like
Yeah.
Ice or Aqua Velva, something like that old.
Yeah, back in the day.
Yeah, back in the day old. And he's all, no, I smell, he said he smelled weed from one of the people we were driving by. And I go, no, man, I don't smell that, but I smell this, right? So when I typed in, his killer has not been found, and he was found dead in the parking lot of a nightclub.
Wow.
He had been shot and killed, and I was like, what? That's crazy.
So, see, people don't realize, okay, what we do. And when the spirit world knows what, I don't know how to explain this, but like I do cold cases. When you have abilities, they will come to you if they need help, or like you guys going around doing what you're doing, trying to solve cases. It gets in the spirit world. Like, I'm not a professional on this, but this
Right.
is what I've been told. It gets like they talk,
Okay.
up there amongst each other, and it gets around, and there you go. How you got pulled, and then you looked it up, and
And
he
there
was
it
like, yeah, see?
And
You-
I believe that because George goes through that a lot. George goes through that a lot, and it's like, whoa. So there, I believe you very much.
I'll tell you what I get my name called a lot on investigations.
Wow.
A lot. I mean,
Uh,
it was like there was one place we did, it was an abandoned church. And it was me and another guy, and I got a female saying, "Look, it's George." Like
Wow.
I got paranormal street cred on the other side. But I told a friend of mine, "Hey man, something called my name," and he was like, "Again?" Like it happens that much. I don't know why,
I've
but
heard it in, yeah, and I've heard it in the EVPs, and I've recorded stuff, and I said, George, they're they're talking about you, or they mentioning your name again, and this and that, and he hears it, and he says, yeah, he hears it.
Yeah.
And it's just so crazy. And he's the one that gets the chills. He's the one that gets the,
The hair standing up.
the hair and everything.
You feel energy. I think you feel
yeah,
energy.
I feel something. That's for sure.
It's energy.
Wow.
Yeah, it's energy. It's spirit energy. It's the spirits. When they're around you, you get that chill and your hair stands up.
Yeah. Well,
What is that place there? Ojos Locos?
I was laughing at that. Ojos Locos is like a Hooters. It's like a Hooters.
Oh my God.
But they wear the they wear the skimpy outfits and
Go ahead, Kimmy.
That is.
so it means crazy eyes, like your eyes are going everywhere because they're all crazy because you're trying to look at all the TNA.
Oh my goodness.
I would love. I'm sorry, George. What?
I don't go to those kind of places. I don't go.
Yeah,
to
whatever. He just stands outside the windows.
Right.
I would like to go to the Devil's Backbone, but my biggest want now for the true crime is the Killing Fields. And I know Johnny. You guys know Johnny. He's always talking about the Killing Fields, and I would like to go out there and just see it. Just see it. That's it. I don't have to hear nothing. I don't have to see nothing. I just want to see the grounds,
Because that's on a documentary on Netflix, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hey, Megan.
Hey, Megan. And Kimmy, you have abilities too, right? I remember you saying that.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, it's pretty so. I mean, they're just random, though. I mean, like with you posted that Joe Ball. I've never heard of Joe Ball. I had no idea who Joe Ball was, but it kept telling me alligator. I'm like, what the hell does alligator got to do with in Texas? I don't know why I got alligator for, but then when you posted the documentary and I watched it, I was like, holy shoot, an alligator?
Yeah.
I was like, holy crap, like what the heck?
And that's crazy because of all things, an alligator, like if you thought a knife or, a gun, but you knew the alligator, yeah, because he would feed those hookers to the alligators.
Do they have alligators in Texas?
Yeah, we do. And what he had was a big old pit.
Yeah,
He had a big old pit full of them.
That was crazy.
Yeah. I just looked at this place on Google Maps, and you can still see the pit where the alligators were at. Behind the building. Yeah. Yeah,
Oh,
that's the one.
Meg
I'm
just told
thinking of.
on you. She's an
Hey,
empath.
Brandon.
Hello.
Megan
what's
told on you.
what was cool about that case when we went, we got to pass by his house where he actually lived, and it's still standing, and that was cool. So if you watch the end of that one, even if you just fast forward it, it was dark, but you can see the house and
Is somebody
Yeah.
live in it or is it abandoned?
no, dude, somebody lives in it.
Really?
Yeah, I was all like, you lucky bastards.
Oh my God. I don't know if I want to live in it.
Yeah, it was cool. That was cool, and we got really lucky with that one because it was close to San Antonio, real close. And like I said, I'm not trying to sensationalize it, but it was an experience, and I guess that's what I'm really looking for, is an experience, because I want to say I've been here, I've been there, I've seen this, I've seen that. You know?
Yeah, yeah.
Johnny
Yeah.
went to bed, but do you know where the fields are at?
The killing
Yes,
fields.
Johnny knows where the killing fields are.
Okay.
Let me ask you all a question, if I may. Have you all ever thought about a time when y'all are going to stop doing what y'all do? Investigating, reading, anything like that? Like, is there ever going to come a time when you tire from it?
Nope.
Neither
me.
one of y'all?
Anyway,
What was that, Kimmy?
I said not as of yet. Anyway,
Yeah. I've been toying with the idea for a while. I'll never be done with it. I'll never not do it, but just not do it as much. You know,
Yeah.
because I mean, I don't want to focus on the dead so much that I don't live. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
yeah.
That makes sense, though.
Yeah. Go ahead, Kimmy. What were you gonna say?
No, I said that makes sense. I mean, because like
Right.
you're so much around the dead and you're talking to the dead that it kind of keeps you from being with the living and interacting.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, it kind of makes sense.
But
Yeah.
you know what's weird? He's one of two people that I know that say that. And he says it to me, he said it to me a few times, and something always pulls them back.
Right.
Always.
Yeah.
Both of them.
It's like that scene from Godfather 3. Just when I think I'm out, they pull me back in. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. And,
Well,
yeah.
when I say I wouldn't stop my cold cases. I just
Right.
love doing cold cases because I love helping people. I wouldn't stop my healings because I love helping people. Anything else? Maybe.
Right.
But those two, I don't see me stopping because I just have such a passion for it. God gave me these gifts, so you know what I mean? I'm going to use them to help people.
Right.
I may be the guy that's like, you see it on the shows. They're like, we need somebody, we need him, call him. Like, I'm not gonna call him, you call him, And then all of a sudden my phone rings and it's like, I'm on my way, guys.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll be that guy, but I mean, I'll never be 100% done with it. I just may not give as much as myself to it as I have.
Maybe,
Yeah.
I don't mean to cut you off, but maybe you just need a break once in a while. Give yourself a break, a timeout.
Yeah. And I do. I mean, I go out to the woods and I hang out by myself all the time. I work. I'll start a fire and sit there and just listen to the coyotes howling. And it'll be pitch black out there, and I'm sitting there and I'm like, every good, you know.
And you
Uh,
you make a fire?
Oh yeah, I build a fire when it's cold, and I'll sit there and I'll just shout and relax. And you know, sometimes I'll spend the night out there, and I'll just, you know, I
Wow.
I love being in the woods, and I like being by myself as well. I don't need I don't need people around me all the time. Doesn't mean I don't like people. It's just I deal with a lot of people, so sometimes I just want to wash my hands for a little bit.
Yeah.
And that's true because living is very emotionally draining. And, you know,
Yeah,
just trying to keep it, and it's not a being fake thing, but you're always on, right? It's like you're always on and and you just need that. I need to breathe, you know, I need to go out. And now that I'm going to those cemeteries, I feel the peace. I wouldn't
Yeah.
feel the peace before.
Right.
And some are more peaceful than others, and I love it. And that's another thing that, you know, it's like I want to do it, and I don't want to miss a week of it, you know. And it's crazy. So I like the fact that people find that ground that makes them at peace, and then, you know, keep on trucking. You get ready
Yeah.
for ground, you know, you get ready for that next thing. And
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
right. 'Cause,
Hmm.
you know, I mean, like I tell Maddie, I'm country. I'm country. You know, hell, I want to be hillbilly.
Sounds like you. Sounds like he really loves nature. He likes
I
to be
do.
out in the nature and by himself in the woods and a campfire. Reminds me of my roots.
It,
It
it's
really does.
it's definitely something I enjoy. I do
Yeah.
enjoy it.
Right.
That's what
But
made me think when you said that, because it reminds me so much of my roots, you know? As if you got a little bit of that in you.
right, because I mean, is it something sent down from the ancestors that are, oh, you know, it's in the blood, how they say, you know, it's in the blood.
Yep.
And if I know that George has some Native American in him, I know it.
See,
And,
that's what I was going to ask, but yeah.
right. And like you said, you know, sitting around the fire and, you
Yeah.
know, just
That
breathing.
says a lot right there. In the woods, alone, around a campfire.
yeah, it's my favorite.
Not many people do that, George.
Right.
I'll put a bet you got Native American in you.
I'm
Mhm.
sure I do. I'm absolutely sure I do. You know,
Yeah.
but it's something that I really, really enjoy.
Yeah. You
And
really
this,
love nature.
yeah, I really do. And you know, I'm also a hunter, though. I will say that. So I'm not a tree hugging nature person, but I will kill an animal to eat. You know
You
what I
see,
mean?
that's what they did too, right?
Same thing, Native American. That's how they
Yeah.
lived.
So
So,
yeah, I
yeah.
don't. That's where I get it all from.
I had a past life regression, and I was Native American then, and I was even shooting my own food with bow and arrow,
Mm-hmm.
and that was back in the 1765.
Right. Wow.
Yeah. So,
That's awesome.
yeah. And that's what one of my guides, actually, I think two of my guides are from, was that life.
Right.
I've,
So,
I've, I've, I will say this: I've seen things out on the land. I was on the phone with Maddie one day talking to her from out there one evening. I said, Maddie, let me let you go. I see something forming, and it was a mist, a light mist that formed into a person and walked away. So I brought my phone out. I put it on to record. I did an EVP session. I said, who's out here with me? Now, mind you, I was out there by myself. I said, who's out here with me? And I heard somebody say, me, or I am. And I'm like, well, so I said, I am, as long as you're cool, I ain't got a problem with it.
Yeah.
Right.
You know? As long as you're cool, whatever. You
Yeah.
know? And
Wow.
and yeah, it's been a, I just love it. I don't know why, but I do.
I can see you maybe taking a tiny break, but just by the way you talk, I don't think you'll ever give up.
Oh no, I would never give up. Not 100%. I mean, and I would even like help people that I don't even really help anymore. You know, like you know, if he came to me and was like, hey man, I really need your help on this case. I hadn't talked to this person in, you know, a year or 2 years. I would be like, okay,
It was a contest. I didn't
that
think I'd
kind of
win.
thing.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Afraid it would have
yeah, just because some people need help.
saved the
Yeah.
restaurant. I want the
Yeah.
the prestige.
Yeah.
I want to do it for
A lot of them out there do. A lot of spirits. More than people know.
Yeah, I believe it.
So, yep.
I'm not running this place.
Do you have anything else, Kimmy?
No, does anybody in the audience have any questions that y'all want to ask? Maddie, did you ever say your bucket list place that you want to go? I don't think you did.
I think mine is, I love the South. I love going, you know, I love going south, girl. Mm. Yeah, no. But I really want to hit those killing fields.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll be there with you. I'll go.
Yeah. I think that would be, it's not neat. It's just, like I said, an experience.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. You never know. If anybody needs help crossing on, I
Right.
also know how to do that. I know how to do that too. So we can do that. Anybody that
Savannah,
asks
Georgia.
for it.
Of course, Savannah, Georgia.
Yep.
We'll have to definitely plan that if y'all do go.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay.
4 hours from here. So
That would be cool. Sleepover.
yeah. Up here, rest, and then we'll leave out with y'all going.
Anybody have anything else?
No.
No?
Good.
Well, we are going to get together though.
Yes.
So people be watching for it. Be watching because we will get together and it's going to be good.
Yo.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, cricket.
We will end the show tonight and say thank you for everybody coming on. But I would like to end it again with the same prayer from Saint Michael of the Archangel. Saint Michael, the Archangel, defend us in battle. Be our protection against the wickedness and the snares of the devil. May God rebuke him. I can't hardly say. We humbly pray, and do thou, O Prince of the heavenly host, by the power of God, cast into hell Satan and all the evil spirits who prowl through the world seeking the ruin of souls. Amen.
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 Amen. Good night, everybody.
Good
Thank you
night.
for having
Coming
us
on.
on. Thank you. It was fun. Good
You guys
night.
stay on backstage.
Peace.
Stay
You just
backstage. Yeah. Good night, everybody.
Good night. Love, peace, chicken grease. Boom.
Peace.